GM everyone, welcome to your daily digest for Thursday, April 24th, 2025, where we bring you fact-based, non-sensational, objective information about what's going on in the broader blockchain and cryptocurrency space. Today we are kicking off with crime season and people having their penalties and punishments doled out. Prosecutors are seeking over 6 years of prison for Mango Markets exploiter Avi Eisenberg. Avi Eisenberg performed a flash loan exploit on the Mango markets in 2022, which saw $110 million being stolen from platform users. And though he has returned $67 million of the funds, there's still a large outstanding number that he has not returned. So I'm not sure he's going to get a ton of leniency, but we will see. Sticking with crime and punishment, U.S. prosecutors have filed over 200 victim statements in Alex Mashinsky's case over the Celsius centralized borrow and lend platform issues. A lot of these statements basically shared people's experience with losing their life savings on Celsius, but some of them also sought leniency for Mashinsky. The lawyers for Mashinsky are pleading that he should get no more than 1 year and 1 day in prison, but that remains to be seen. The LAPD have recovered $2.7 million worth of Bitcoin miners stolen in an airport heist. These miners were supposed to be on their way to Hong Kong, where authorities claimed a pair of prominent members of a South American crime ring tied to the theft and sale of stolen goods around Los Angeles were captured. In addition to the mining rigs that were stolen, there was also $1.2 million of stolen tequila, clothing, shoes, speakers, coffee, body wash, and pet food. So this is an interesting heist story that it's nice to see that all that equipment was recovered. Moving on, Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq, anyone who grew up in the 90s watching basketball knows Shaq fondly, has reached a settlement in the FTX lawsuit, though the terms remained secret, so we don't know how much money he will be paying back. Though Shaq also settled recently in terms of an Astrals NFT project that he shilled. He had to pay $11 million in that settlement. So Shaq is not having a great time with his recent crypto endorsements. Speaking of thefts, in good news, ZKsync has recovered the $5 million of stolen tokens after the hacker accepted a bounty offer, where he got to keep, or she, 10% in bounty in return, and where he returned 90% of the stolen tokens. After the 5 million tokens in ZK tokens were stolen, the price actually went up for those tokens, so the team actually got $5.7 million in value back. So congratulations to the ZKsync team, and well done on you, hacker, for turning gray hat into white hat. New Hampshire bill, the New Hampshire Bitcoin Reserve bill is heading to full Senate vote. It passed a 4-1 vote in the Senate committee after going through House. If the bill is approved by the Senate, then it will need to be signed into legislation by the governor. So keep up to date with what's going on the following U.S. Bitcoin State Reserve bills via this account, Bitcoin_laws. Pretty great account. In other U.S. state news, Alabama is dropping its staking lawsuit against Coinbase. So now, out of the 10 states that raised a lawsuit against Coinbase in 2023, 5 of them have dropped it. And of course, if you've been keeping up with the Daily Digest, Oregon is actually a state that is doubling down on suing the Coinbase. So nice to see some progress at the state level, but there's also still some Congress. The President of America has announced utility for the TRUMP meme coin that he launched earlier this year. The top 220 holders will be able to attend a dinner that Trump is hosting. As we can see, The Trump meme coin launched right around his inauguration and saw a rapid peak, and then has just been down only up until yesterday, where there was a nice little tick upwards. In yesterday's Daily Digest, we talked about Kelsier Labs and their affiliation with Trump and Melania tokens. Kelsier recently had a class action lawsuit in the state of New York brought against them. So not looking good for them, but this is one of the tokens that they were associated with, and we saw Trump jump 52% yesterday after this announcement. Justin Sun is a user on HTX, and of course, Justin Sun is an investor in HTX. This account labeled Sun on HTX holds 1.2 million Trump tokens worth around $14.5 million. So it's widely speculated that Justin Sun is among the 220 that will be attending this dinner. Now let's finish on some good news. Sol Strategies is a Canadian investment company, and they've issued $500 million in convertible notes following the MicroStrategy playbook to buy and stake Solana tokens. They join up Upexi, which recently disclosed a $100 million raise to build a Sol reserve, and the DeFi Development Corporation, which recently rebranded from Janover, also announced a $42 million raise in order to establish a Solana treasury. So the MicroStrategy and Bitcoin playbook is now expanding to Solana. In fun deep in news, former guest of the Smart Economy podcast, Helium, has partnered with AT&T, where AT&T users will automatically connect to the Helium network when they come into proximity with a hotspot. So in addition to AT&T, now Helium connects with the T-Mobile network. So it's really nice to see a crypto-native project that's been around for over a decade starting to make inroads with large-scale enterprise telcos. And lastly, EtherFi, a DeFi platform within the Ethereum ecosystem, has announced plans to expand into the US and launch a DeFi bank, which will be some sort of hybrid neobank that will allow users to have alternatives to brick and mortar banks. The details for what this will exactly entail hasn't really been hashed out, at least according to the Blockworks article that was released, but still interesting nonetheless to see a DeFi native platform focusing on addressing a market and providing banking-like features. So if you appreciated what went on in today's Daily Digest, please head over to our subreddit, Smart Economy Podcast, where you can keep up to date with all of our daily digests. You can see the sources for each website I used in today's overview. You can also keep up with our bi-weekly podcasts and our weekly spaces. Of course, if you appreciated this video, please don't hesitate to hit that heart button and slap me with a follow. Oh no, I forgot to go. Oh. And if you made it to this, you saw me gaffe because I thought I was not showing the web pages. But thank you so much for following me on this journey as I figure out what the heck I'm doing. Cheers.